Welcome to my channel. Welcome everybody. I think I have a good what's it called? I've got a good sound today. Please, I've got a good sound, and I'm so glad that that is been sorted out. The issue of sound has been sorted out. Right. Today, I will be dealing with, just bear with me. Let me, bear with me 1 second. Let me go and delete this old one. Delete forever. Yeah, let me delete so that it doesn't confuse people. Right. So, welcome to Ebony Global, Ebony World TV. Right. Just bear with me. I need to get that sorted out. Right. Thank you for being and coming back. First and foremost, I want to say, seeing your faces again. This is your one and only host. I've not been online for a while. It's been busy schedule of life, and that's why you haven't seen me regular or no, I mean for a very long time on the show. So, but today, without wasting much of our time, there's a lot of mistakes and errors, including me, that I may have probably committed, and I deem it very necessary for me to bring to our attention today. So, and that brings us to this image, okay? Okay. Oh, sorry, I need to go back to the first one. Bear with me. Bear with me. I need to start with this. Sorry. Okay. In the first video, I did start earlier on today, but the sound was not there. A lot of times, maybe due to misplacement of drawings, architectural drawing, misplacement and misinterpretation. I want to put it, misinterpretation of architectural drawing. Never, if you see the image, most of the images I'm going to be showing today will be, the left one will be error, the right one will be the correction. So the left one, you could see that the first step, second step, third step, the man is coming from work, tired, and the wife probably did not know that he's at the door. Swinging the door outside automatically bashed him. If the man is not strong enough, it will be a catastrophe. Land in the hospital, hit his head on the steps. So let us avoid, when we are they are doing construction for us. Look, because we most oftentimes we are right-handed. The door must open inside to the right. Check all your doors. Any door that is not opening to the right, or structures or materials or something is placed, obviously if the cooker is on that side, unfortunately it will be difficult and costly for you to move cooker or sink away from there. The error has been committed. It's been committed. There's nothing you can do about it. But in your subsequent maybe drawing or the consequent subsequent construction, yeah, it is advisable, or you are just going to do a new construction, it is advisable you, sorry, bear with me, there's something I just did here that is flickering. So it is advisable you look at your drawing very well and let it be interpreted. When you notice such a thing, immediately raise an alarm. Okay, that's why the right hand side, you open the door to rest permanently to the right, and it is wrong to even use your left hand to open a door to the left. It's not good. We are mostly right-handed. Look at it, and look at this, the drawing. look at the correction. Even the image on the bottom image also depicts it, that it is not right to open the door to the right and open the door outside. Okay, so I'll take you to the next image. Okay, right. That's a common mistake that people do. All right. Now, this is more of a technical aspect. I'm not going to dwell too long on this. If you see the red markings at the bottom, that is the base of the foundation. When this thing is called blinding. Blinding is the bottom. When the foundation is dug, they put some what's it called? The first layer of concrete and granite and cement. Then what is called we call mat. Mat is the spine iron rod that is woven depending on the height of the building. That one is the one that first lay at the bottom, and then the columns, which is the pillar, the iron rod that forms the spine of your columns or pillar, rest solely on it before the concrete is poured to make. But if your bricklayer don't know how to interpret drawing, it is advisable, don't cut corner. Get the service of a civil engineer that will monitor them. Pay for that service right from the beginning of the digging of the foundation. Some of them don't even dig precisely as to where most of these columns, they don't interpret the drawing, architectural drawing or structural drawing properly. So engage the service of a civil engineer who will monitor this right from the digging stage to the point of you putting your blinding. Okay, right. If you have built your house and this error are committed, it's too late now. But you will have to do some other things to your project will just have to carry on, and then believing that the top, the decking, the casting will probably, but the columns, the pillars will be solid enough to carry the weight above. Okay, we go to the next image. Okay, let's go to the next one. Right, this is fundamentally this happens a lot of times. This is a big mistake. If you look at the baby there on the left hand side, trying to climb the balcony rail, right, this is a huge big disaster that is waiting to happen. When you are doing your balcony, there's nothing wrong with the design, but there's nothing wrong with the style, but the rail that was drawn is horizontal. It's supposed to be vertical. If you're going to use this type of method on your balcony, it is advisable that you don't do this kind of pattern of iron rod or a square pipe where the joining square pipe is horizontal. Baby can easily, you don't know whether if you're renting your property out, they have children. Children people might be in the living room. The baby is already in the balcony, and then before you know what happened, the baby has slid through that, and disaster waiting to happen has happened. So the correct one, the best image, best practice is the one on the right hand side, which is, and possibly you may even join it the way they crisscross the vertical pipes to join the one on the right hand side. But if you don't have not much money, then the right hand side idea is it's impossible for the baby to pull the metal apart. Okay, all right, we'll go to the next one. Bear with me. Right here on this image, the left image, 100 centimeter is not enough between the cabinet and the workbench, between the cabinet and the what's it called, the dressing table. We could call it dressing table, we could call it office desk, we could call it table and chair or whatever that you are using to do some things in the office. So the image on the right side, minimum of 180 centimeter to create gap. Look at the gap when the lady wearing purple and the man, macho man, wearing purple trouser. There's not enough room for them to walk about. So always create minimum of 180 centimeter between one image, between the structure, the cabinet, the wardrobe, next next to the office desk. Okay. Let me see how many people that. Please make your comment if you want to make comment. Thank you. Oh, hello, Mary Butterfield. How are you? How are you? Quite an age. How is the family? How is weather? How's business? How is work in the country where you are located? How are you? And how is life generally? We thank God. Good to see ourselves again. God has been good in every way. We're still here. We're still doing what we know how to do best. This might be lagging. I don't know. Maybe there is resources of the laptop. Let me try and close. The bit rate is low. Let me try and close. A few things. I think it's the internet resources that is. Right. So it's okay now. So that's a correction. Minimum. You may not have the technical ability to interpret plans. It can be clumsy. It's so daunting. It is daunting when you see your structural drawing, architectural. This one is for those people who are about to engage in new construction. Those of us who have done some construction, fine. The mistake has been done, but thank God that the building is still standing. But these are things that you need to watch out when they want to do their new construction. Thank you very much. We go to the next image. Okay. We go to the next one. Right. These are steel iron rods. We got a 40 mm. We hardly use this. This is used for bridge construction. 32 mm. We hardly use this in our building construction in Nigeria. We hardly use them. They are for massive major projects. Right? We got 20 mm. 20 mm. We can use 20 mm for story building, almost about 6-7 story building. We use it to do piling foundation. When engineers, civil engineers are talking about 20 mm, 20 mm is an ideal for piling. Okay. Oh, sorry. If anybody is building a 6-story, 4-story and above, you can use 20 mm. This day and age, iron rod, you have to be careful of using Nigeria iron rod. The most important recommended iron rod in the market nowadays is TNT. TNT has 2 grades. TNT, right? The most in the market of today, there's so much problem with Nigerian iron rod. Iron rod produced in Nigeria has a lot of defects. It can only last max 10 years. So when you do a columns or decking and you use Nigerian iron, it's cheaper. Don't get me wrong. 1 ton of iron rod, 1 ton of iron rod of Nigerian iron rod is about 850,000 naira, while TNT, which we always recommend, is 1,100 naira. 1,000,000 and 100,000 naira. Sorry for that mix-up. All right, sorry for the mix-up. Okay, right. So the the 16 and then the 16 is used for our decking, our columns, pillars, secret beams, yeah, mostly pillars and columns and decking when we cast decking. So we use 16 in the beams. When we're talking about beams, they are the big ones that all the shoulder of the decking rest on. They are the one that the decking rests on. 16 So 14 we are using 12 after 16 The next one is we don't use 14 in Nigeria. We don't use it in our construction. 16 we use 12 we use 10 we use 8 Most oftentimes 16, 12, and 10 are often used in our construction, mostly in Nigeria. And I want to quickly warn us, right, that do not undertake. Don't be one of those that this is what I can afford. Don't be one of those that say, oh, this is what I just go and use it. Just go and use it. No, you are delaying disaster to happen. You are delaying disaster to happen. So use the right material, use the right product for your construction. We go to the next one, okay? Look at here, bathrooms mistakes. Bathroom mistakes. Look at the top, where it's positioned. Look at the right hand side. Look at the bathtub. It's in the same position. But if you look at the wash hand basin on the left, wash hand basin should not be next to bathtub. Wash hand basin should never be next to bathtub. It should be the toilet. Toilet should be next. Go and look at it properly. Toilet should be next to bathtub, while the wash basin should be on the extreme left. And look at the door, the positioning of the door. When you open the door did not swing to the right. It's laid back to the wall. Even though it's open to the left, it's laid back to the wall. These are corrections. If you built your house, yes, you may have built your house and they done it like this. There's nothing you can do unless you have big money to reconstruct or reposition or remove all the mistakes they've done and redo it. We'll go to the next one. The height between the ceiling and the toilet seat should be 50 centimeter, and the gap between the wall and your toilet seat should be 50. Sorry, I'm talking of the gap between. You look at the arrow. The toilet seat is too close to the wall. The image on the left, the toilet seat is too close to the wall. No matter how tiny your toilet is, when your architect draws, they won't draw it like this. It is the mistake that the plumber who is doing the conduit pipe, the plumber who did the conduit piping must have positioned the waste pipe in a wrong position, did not give the right measurement of 50 centimeter, and that has caused the error on the left. Okay, so take note of that. So that is important. Please let me tell you that it is important to do the right measurement so that to create room for your house, and it's also good for aesthetic beauty. Go to the next one. Look at the gap also, where the gap between the cooker and the man in the drawing, 3.3 meter from the 3 meter wall, and look at the 1.2 meter gap. Look at the 60 centimeter between the wall and the tray, the sink, kitchen sink drainer. There's a drainer on the right where you put your plate drainer. It's telling you that between the wall and where that stops, where it should be 60 centimeter. That is the accurate measurement, accurate size and positioning of things in the kitchen. Let's go to the next image. If you look at this, look at the image. Like I said, the corrected image is the one with the thick green button, and the wrong one is a star red. 60 centimeter gap. The cooker must have a 30 centimeter gap from the wall, and between the cooker and the sink must be 60 centimeter gap minimum. 60 centimeters. If your kitchen is not big enough, you go and widen it. So look at the measurements there. The green arrow, the green measurement is 60 centimeters between the sink and the wall, and then another 30 centimeters of the cooker to the wall. Then in between the cooker and the sink is 60 centimeters. We go to the next one. Chandelier. We love chandelier. We love our lights in the dining. In the dining, we got the image on the left is the chandelier height to the dining table top must be between 90 and 105 centimeter. The lower the height, the length of the chain that is holding the chandelier. Some people want to see it down so that they can touch it, they can feel it, they can head it. Right. This is the correct measurement. Okay. This is the correct measurement. 90 centimeter to 105 centimeter, not 65 centimeter. Okay. Look at it. Look at the gap. We go to the next image. Right. The floor to the ground, the mattress height, the divan must be 61 to 66 centimeter, not 90 centimeter. You could see the leg of the man's feet is not touching the ground when sitting on the mattress on the bed. This needs to be corrected. These are the people that say, I just want, and this is the way I want it. That's the way I want it. You are not the only one that's going to live in that house. So the appropriate height, the bed divan is too high. The right image indicates between 61 and 66 centimeter height. Okay. Let's go to the next image. Same, I've explained the iron rod in Nigeria. Look at it, 50 millimeter, 40 millimeter. So iron rod is measured by millimeter. So we say we often use, very rare would you all see us using 50 mm, 40 mm, 32 mm, 25 mm, 20. Some product, like I said, if you're doing so foundation piling, you need 20 mm. But however, we use most often times in Nigeria, we use 16 mm, 12 mm, 10 mm. 16 mm for casting beams in the decking. 12 mm mostly the large is the highest quantity when we're doing the decking. It's the one that we bought most, and then we use a 10 mm to do the ring of the iron. We do the ring, the square. The ring is what is the square one that goes round all the when the iron welder is doing this. This 10 mm is one they use to cast the bend right square right round the when we're doing decking iron rod being spread around left and right, height, up and down the decking. Okay, let's go to the next one. Right, that's another mistake there that we often do. Another mistake we do there. You see the gap where all the toiletries gather, the toiletries are placed. The height where it is should be 120 to 150 centimeter, not lower, on the like the one on the left, 60 centimeter. So the right one is the one 120 to 150 centimeter on the right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Aha, look at the steps. The steps measurement. Your construction should bear this. When your steps are being done, when the steps are being, the woodworks of the steps are being done. Just one moment, please.
Thank you.
Sorry, when your carpenter is calculating or constructing the steps, take note of this. Your architect will have put the measurement and scale when they did the drawing. So bricklayers, it's not the bricklayer's error now. It's the carpenter that does the woodworks. So if they don't put it in this, the width of a step should be 1.1 meter wide, and every time is 1 meter wide for the railing handle, before the railing handle, and look at it, 1.4 when you are trying to turn is 1.41. all right, and then also the next step is 1 meter, but it has to be consistent like that. So between each step, 80 centimeter. Look at it. This diagram is people don't want to interpret things properly. They need to, if they don't have the time to interpret their drawing, which I understand, yet they need to employ the service of a civil engineer. If their contractor cannot interpret their drawings properly, they need to employ the service of a civil engineer. It will cost them money, but it's advisable to do so. Look at it there. Very consistent. Look at it. Look at that. And even the iron rod was well positioned. If you look at it, push it in for it to have enough deep root into the wall. Now, this is for civil engineers. That's the modification. Anytime you see a white, what's it called, helmet, it's for engineers, managers, supervisors, and foremen. The blue is for the electricians. So all these color codes have a meaning. So if somebody just come outside or come from the council and just wear any of these, they are just faking themselves. They don't know the right color. They don't know what they are doing. They are not engineers. Engineers know the right code color for workers and foremen to wear. So take note of that. All right. So I've come to the end of the illustration of a civil engineering, most often mistakes which we normally do when doing a construction. This is, I'm happy to see you. Good to be back on the show, and I won't be too far. It won't be too far again to see me here. Mary Butterfield, thank you very much for being part of today's show. And those of you who have joined us, thank you very much. If you're doing your project, please remember all these anomalies which I've just shown now. Let me just go around right from the beginning. If you look at the images, this is where I start. If you're just joining us, that's it. So this one, common error, but it's a grievous one. Not so much of this. If you don't know how a civil engineer to interpret your drawing, you need to pay for that service. Don't try to say, well, that's what I have. When the problem starts, and your decking starts shaking or cracking after a couple of years, this is what costs it. Look at that. This was explained. Go back to the video. This was explained. Go back to the beginning of the video. Iron rod, common iron rod, and sizes. Same thing. Explain. Just explain. Explain. Explained. Explain chandelier. Explained. Too high bed, too high mattress. And explain. Yes, also this explained. Look at the image on the left. The right one corrects the error. And that's also explained, explained, explained. Thank you ever so much, all of you. I am going to draw the curtain of today. Thank you ever so much. Hope to see you again. All right? Thank you. Thank you. And have a very good evening if you're based in UK. And if you're based anywhere in the world, have a wonderful time over there and have a good day there. Thank you very much.